My name is Adaeze and this is my little corner of YouTube. You're very welcome. So, in today's video, in fact, I got the inspiration for this video from Adaeze's video. There was this last video she made where she talked about something that happened to her. That video that she filmed with her siblings where they went to the supermarket and everything. So she was now telling us in the car how that supermarket she entered was being robbed when she was inside and she did not know they were being robbed. While watching that video, I now remembered something that happened, how me and my husband were robbed in traffic years ago. Lagos people, you know how far now, you know how robbers usually operate in traffic. I don't know how many, I'm sure that a lot of you watching this video now, you've had that experience. I personally have family friends and even friends that have gone through such an experience. Remember Mile 2, how Mile 2 used to be back then, that time that there were always containers on the road, all those trailers and everything. They used to rob people there every blessed day, early morning. I used to pity those that go to work that time because every day they used to have reports of robberies. I even had a friend, a pregnant friend of mine, then as in back then she was pregnant, she was robbed. She was on her way to one of her antenatal sessions at Apapa and they broke the glass. And then I think, no, they didn't stab her, but I think the shards of the glass that they broke hurt her on her thigh. But that is by the way. The story I'm about to tell you people is my own experience, what happened to me and my husband twice in traffic in Lagos. And then after telling you the story, I have a very important question I need to ask you people because I want to know why this thing happens. Now, the first experience happened in 2009. Yeah, I remember because I was pregnant when this one happened. And it happened at Akbombom. Hey, I'm not sure I pronounce this thing very well. If I remember the name, I'm going to write it down on the screen. You know that place when you're heading to Lagos mainland, that bridge, Akbombom. Jesus. So this thing happened on that bridge. So we went to VI and then on our way back, you know how the devil works. You see this devil, he doesn't have sense. You know how he works. Normally, my husband doesn't read newspaper. He does not have anything to do with newspaper. He doesn't buy newspaper. He reads his news on the internet. So for some reason, that particular day, while we were in one very slight traffic, this man decided that he will buy newspaper. And then he wound down the glass a little bit. And we were still on the bridge when this thing happened. So immediately he wound it down, somebody's hand entered the window. Thank God he did not wind it down to the end. It was just a little crack. And this man from nowhere, and you know they are always looking very scary and scruffy. One man from nowhere just put his hand and held the window so that he will not be able to wind it up again. And the man was trying to force down the window. And then he was saying, give me money, give me money. Me, you know how we are now when our husbands are driving, we'll be there pressing phone. I was pressing phone and all of a sudden I heard somebody saying, give me money, give me money. And I looked up and saw this scruffy, dirty looking man. And I told my husband to give him money now. So he was now bringing out money. He didn't want to bring out money. He was just bringing out change. And then each time he would bring out and give the man will look at it and fling it back at him and say, give me money. He was not acting as if he wanted to bring out something. But I knew that it wasn't a gun. It was maybe probably a knife or something. So he was acting like he wanted to bring out something. It was later that my husband told me that while he was bringing out that tiny change, he was trying to buy time for the traffic to move so that he would speed off. So while they were still doing that, the traffic started moving and then my husband moved. But unfortunately for us, there was still traffic in front. Do you know this man chased us and came to our window again and he was not saying, Okada deo, Okada deo. When he was saying Okada deo, it's funny now, but it was not funny back then. I did not find it funny. Pregnant woman, I was there shaking. I thought he was going to stab my husband or even do, I don't know, my mind, I don't even know what I was thinking then. So he was like, Okada deo. So while he was saying that, next thing the traffic started moving again and then my husband sped off. And then I was wondering, what did he mean by Okada deo? Was he saying that he will enter bike and chase us? I don't get it. So that one happened in 2009. It took me a while to forget that incident, but I eventually forgot it. And then this other one happened around, I think, like, when did this thing happen? No, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think around 2013. So we went to my husband's account manager's birthday. She had a party and she invited us to Oba, where she lives. So we went to celebrate with her family and then on our way back, this thing happened at Oshodi. Meanwhile, before then, in fact, no, it happened at Oshodi. So on our way back, there was this traffic, and you know, I think there are usually 3 lanes now. The one on the left, the one in the middle, and then the one on the right. So we found ourselves on the left lane. Yeah, on the left lane. So all these agberos that used to sit on the demarcation, that small wall that demarcates the 2 express lanes now, they were sitting there. And me, as usual, I was pressing my phone. All of a sudden, I heard a very loud bang on the window of my husband's side of the car. Like, I heard the bang. I didn't know. I thought it was a gunshot, actually. And I raised up my head immediately and saw another scruffy, tall guy. And you know, our brain, the human brain is very amazing. Immediately that thing happened, my mind now went back years ago to that other first incident. But this was a different person. This one was tall and muscular. And I was surprised that his hand did not break the glass, because we were driving, my husband was driving his vehicle, that was a Range Rover. I thought that hard bang would break the glass. He did not break it. And then the guy was like, he should bring money. Then immediately, as God will have it, I remembered one article I read. Not really an article. You know how people share safety tips on the internet. Then I was active on Twitter. Not really active. I was on Twitter, shy. It was on Twitter I saw that tip. They said, if you're being robbed in traffic, don't, as in to avoid being robbed in traffic, don't be on the left lane or on the right, like on the, hey Jesus, it's not a light lane. Don't be on the left lane. Hey, rain. Jesus. Hey, Rishi. Wait, let me compose. If you're being robbed in traffic, don't be on the left lane or on the right lane. You see, that thing is a tongue twister somehow. That we should be in the middle. The logic behind that being in the middle is that when you're in the middle, they cannot come and rob you there, because if they're robbing you, they won't be able to know what's happening behind them, because they can get attacked from behind. So they always find it convenient to rob people that are on the left or on the right, so that they can make a quick getaway. They can escape very easily. But in that middle, they can be ambushed, so they don't rob people on the middle lane. Immediately, I remember that tip. And that tip, they were sharing that tip. That tip kind of went viral amongst other tips, because that period, people were being robbed anyhow in traffic. So immediately, that thing happened. Okay, my husband, so the man was now standing beside him, hitting the glass. My husband now swerved towards him. When the traffic moved a little bit, he swerved towards the man. His motive, what he had in mind, he wanted to pin the man to the wall or something, so that's wall thing. And the man jumped out of the way. Then me, from the corner of my eyes, I saw another one coming from my own side. Hey, I was like, oh my God, Anyato. So as that one was coming, that was when my husband swerved and that one jumped. And then he came to the front of the car. Immediately, I remembered that article and I was like, move to the middle lane, move to the middle lane. So as God will have it, the traffic moved a little and then my husband swerved and then entered the middle lane. Do you know, immediately we entered that middle lane, these people disappeared. Like, they disappeared. I don't know where they disappeared to. Just like that other one of 2009. We don't know where he appeared from, because when we were buying, before the newspaper guy came, there was nobody else on the bridge. I think they come from under the bridge. I don't know. And some people say that they work hand in hand with hawkers. That's why they say stop buying things from hawkers in traffic, because sometimes they work together. So these 2 men now disappeared. We found ourselves in the middle lane and then that's how we escaped. I said that one, it took me time to recover from that particular incident, because I did not know that glass will not break. And then number 2, I felt like that time my husband swept to hit him and miss. Maybe it will now aggravate the man the more, and then maybe they will shoot or something. Now, the question I said I was going to ask, why is it that when people are robbed in traffic, when people are being robbed, every other person minds their business? They don't do anything to help. I understand that it is fear. I understand that people are scared and everything, but at least do something to help. Press your horn or something. I remember a story, because I remember one story, I think it's my sister that told us that story, because then when she used to work on the island and all, she used to go to work very early and come home very late. So she experienced that robbery thing a lot. They didn't rob her, but she saw people being robbed a lot. And she said that during one of those incidents, people People in their cars were horning. They were pressing their horn aggressively. So the sound of the horns scared the robbers and they ran away because they did not understand. They didn't know what to expect. They felt like the horn was a kind of signal to something or somebody. So at least do something. But everybody will just mind their business and face their front and act like nothing is happening. What happened to being your brother's keeper? Like, everybody will now mind their business at that crucial point in time. The same thing happened in that Adaeze story as well, because she mentioned that people knew, some people knew that the people in the supermarket were being robbed and they did not do anything. They didn't do anything. And these people finished robbing and they made a successful getaway in peace. They were not accosted by anybody. Is it good? Like, I don't understand why people do that. You can't, like, oh God. Then when it comes to the times when they're supposed to now mind their business, they will not come and now mind their business. And I mean times like on social media, when they start poke-nosing into affairs that don't concern them, asking unnecessary questions, poke-nosing. Why would they not mind their business in that point in time? When it now comes to times when you're not supposed to mind your business, when you're supposed to be your brother's keeper, they will now mind their business and act like they are unseen and unhearing. Huh? But wait first though. You know what I want to ask, right? You know what I want to ask you right now. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Please, do the needful. Do the needful. You are here listening to my story. Your ears are standing like this. You are listening. You are enjoying the story. But you don't want to subscribe to my channel. It's not good. Just subscribe. Subscribe. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so have you ever been robbed in traffic? Like, I want to know I don't want to say how was your experience. Like, how did it happen? How did you feel? It's a very horrible experience. Like, I've never experienced armed robbers in my life. The only time I've experienced robbers, I'll call them robbers, not necessarily armed robbers, because I don't think most of those traffic people are not really armed. I think they use toy guns, okay, except for the ones that hold knives and all. But I've never experienced house robbery ever in my life. It's just that traffic one. And that second experience, it shook me. Like, it shook me to my core. I was like, is this how come the window did not break? Because that sound, I was like, oh, wait, oh, is it that, okay, so Range Rover windows are that strong? Or was it just God that fortified the window, like, you cannot touch my children? My children are untouchable. Like, I don't know. I really do not know. So, I've come to the end of this video. It's like a story time video that was inspired by Adaeze's space, like I mentioned before. I want to ask, are you following Adaeze's space? But I assume that all of you watching me are following Adaeze's space, because you cannot tell me that you don't know Adaeze's space. You can't. You cannot tell me that you don't know Adaeze's space. But if it happens that you've been living under a rock all these years and you don't know her, I'm going to link her channel in the description box so that you can go and watch her videos, her very interesting videos, and also subscribe to her channel as well. Thank you so much if you have watched up to this point. If you like this video, if you liked and you enjoyed watching this video, please, a thumbs up is all I'm asking for. Help me give it a thumbs up, okay? Because I always say that this thumbs up is very important, because it makes YouTube recommend my videos to other people, because it makes YouTube realize that this person is probably doing something right. That's why people are busy liking her videos. So those likes are very important to me. So please give them to me, okay? And then if you have not subscribed, I'm begging you, forget all my gra, just help me subscribe. I'm begging you. I'm begging. Oyiyo, I'm begging. Please subscribe to my channel, okay? Thank you so much. God bless you, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.